That's my impression of D'Angelo's Spanish joint. Girl, it's you. Hey. Yeah. Man, if I could play the guitar and play the piano, y'all wouldn't know what to do. Nothing, girl, it's you. I don't want nothing. I don't even know half of what he's saying, but he's amazing. Go D'Angelo. But anyway, welcome, welcome to another episode of Elorasong. I'm so glad y'all are joining me. So I pointed out, oh, this is the gym right here. This is the gym right here. Send it on, D'Angelo. So it's a perfect song for this episode. But anyway, last episode we're talking about, let me look at the questions because I'm terrible about memory. All right, so do you prefer mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual stimulation, or a combination of? And did you know this before or after the quarantine? Those of you that are just now joining us, I have a list of 8 questions that I'm sharing with family and friends, and I'm taking this opportunity to express my perspectives and inputs via video. It's like a little, what's it called, blogs or something. So I thank you for joining me. Thank you for letting me share and stuff. And feel free to comment, share, have discussions with your family and friends or otherwise, and see what happens. So, first episode, well, not first episode, but the one before this one, I don't know which episode number it is because I haven't published it yet. But anyway, it's expressing the questions, or thank you, Laura. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. So, gosh darn it. So I'm answering the questions, but it was based on family and friends. Oh yeah, that's probably why I be smacking my lips half the time. I was watching these videos. I'm like, girl, stop doing that. I'm like, what is that? So anyway, it's because I'm thirsty. We'll talk about thirsty in a minute too. So anyway, all right. So this episode, I'm gonna talk about romantic. What's the word I'm looking for? I think every relationship is, not every relationship is intimate, but there are some relationships that are more intimate than others. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about the romantic type relationships, and I'm going to answer these questions on what stimulates me, what I prefer in terms of mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual stimulation, or do I prefer a combination of? Okay. So just like I mentioned with family and friends, I still see, D'Angelo was saying, I still see spirituality as number one. Spiritual stimulation is always going to be there. Okay. I believe God is the creator of all beings, and so therefore spiritual is number one. It's always going to be there. Will I have a connection? Yeah. We all are created by the creator. The creator. Next. When it comes to romantic relationships, guess what? Same answer for me, for family and friends. Why, you say? So many reasons. Oh my gosh. And we'll try to keep it under 20 minutes. So I'm telling you, I thrive in emotional and mental connections, okay, or mental stimulations or interactions, philosophical interactions, okay? Now, let me tell you, that hooks me in when it comes to a romantic relationship. It's not the dude and how groomed he is. Well, mind you, that matters. Don't get me wrong. Okay, let me back up. A man should be groomed. A man should be presentable. A man should do a lot of other things. However, you're not gonna hook me in bragging about your job. You're not gonna hook me in talking about your income or how many people you know or how many women are chasing you, or I care less. How are you stimulating me? What is your intention? Are you trying to let me in? Are you trying to get to know me better. You're asking questions, and are you reciprocating with your answers when I ask you questions? I mean, it's the simple stuff. But I'll tell you now, for anybody who ever wants to get to know me romantically, I'm putting it out there, okay? And I'm not trying to do this as no dating line either, y'all, okay? I'm just letting you know. And for people who have questioned my integrity and questioned who I am and what I'm about, I'm telling you now, if you're not connected emotionally or mentally or philosophically, we're not gonna go nowhere. And I've tried. Let me tell you, it goes back to this replanting weeds, y'all. I have homegirls. Today I talked to a homegirl and I love her because she keeps it real with me, okay? She keeps it so real with me. And she told me straight up, hey, I would have done this, then the third, a long time ago. I'm like, dang it. And I told her, you know what, I have this thing where I stick around. I exhaust all my options before I finally say, okay, I tried. Okay. I will ask a man questions on end. I will go through so many lengths to hang out with him and just be in his presence and try to feel if he's really aligned with me mentally and emotionally, if we are really trying to get to know each other on an elevated level. Okay. And what I will tell you now is that yes, I've made mistakes. Gosh, I've mistaken initial connections as the connection and have given myself physically. Y'all can take it however you want to. Okay, I have not been proud of that. And when I do that, let's say this: when I give myself physically to someone, I in turn am still seeking that same connection emotionally and mentally. Because guess what? Without those things, I am no longer attracted or aroused by you physically. It's just a part of who I am. If we are not connected emotionally or mentally or philosophically, you might as well be physical with somebody else because it's it's a turn off, y'all. For me, I am, and it took me a long time to realize that. And I sat back and thought about here recently. I thought about my past relationships, and I was like, you know what? Every single person that I've been with, on every level, the initial connection was emotional, philosophical, mental. Period. And everything else physically followed in the physical sense. I'm not just talking about sexual stuff or sensual stuff because I am a sensual person. I enjoy the senses. However, I'm talking about materialistic things and not just touch. Okay, y'all. So anyway, back to my sod. So I talked about sod in the last episode, y'all. Okay, when I tell you, I'm grateful. God graced me with a new construction home. And I was upset because the sod wasn't laid down right when I bought the house. So they finally did it. It took them a daggone month to get it done, right? So I did it, and I don't care. I was using 10 sprinklers down there just to water my yard because I was like, I got to get to have my side. My side. Okay. So winter comes, winter passes, and then here we are just now approaching spring, and I'm starting to see little weeds. No, no. All I'm saying is same thing with relationships, y'all. Like I said, it takes me a while to recognize and say, oh, is that a blade of grass or is that a weed? And because I'm hard headed, I'm going to be like, no, I think that could be a blade of grass. Wait, okay, wait, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'm that person that will be like, you know what? Let me see, because you know what? We had that conversation. We had a conversation. It was awesome, man. Oh, I keep like thirsty. No, I chase sometimes. I chase for that same conversation or that same peak of elevation with some people that just don't want that, and it can be hurtful sometimes. But it's also a matter of me just letting people be who they are instead of trying to put them into my world, my little circle of people. of like-minded folks and just be like, okay, they just don't see me like that. They don't want to be with me on that level. Some folks just really want a physical connection. Some folks really just want to chit chat with me from time to time. They ain't trying to get on that next level with me. They just want to be like, hey girl, I like your hair. Hey girl, you cute. You know, I need to just say, okay, stop trying to make it more than what it is. That's me. So I'm gonna share some things like so you guys can understand. I already mentioned in the last episode about my parents' relationship and how I epitomize it. I try to have relationships that are reflective of that. And I'm not saying trying to say I want my parents' relationship, no. But I will say I admire their communication. I admire how transparent they are. I admire that they have friends and they know each other's friends. Okay, y'all, I get it. In today's day and age, everybody is texting. We got all kinds of social media. You could be DMing somebody while you're on a date. I'm telling you, this just. So my point is, I want to be in a relationship where I can trust someone, right? So again, that goes back to that emotional and philosophical connection. If we have the same values and we are interlaced in that capacity or that way, it's all good, right? It's all good. You communicate without hesitation. There's no one being offended by something that someone said. And I'm not saying all relationships are perfect because that's not the case. We all learn each other. What I am saying is that when we are all aligned, that we have the same values or we have the same mentality or philosophical views. When I'm with someone, let me speak for myself. When I'm with someone and we're on the same page, things are resolved better. Things are resolved in a mutual way. There's no drama, there's no tension, there's no name calling, there's no attacks, there's none of that. Because why? We are emotionally aligned. We are mentally aligned. We are philosophically aligned. And guess what? That is the ideal stuff, y'all. Mm. And not to say I haven't had that, because I've had that. I've had those experiences, and so things just play out. But that's how I know, because I've had those experiences, not only with my family and friends. Yeah, I was scared. I'm talking about romantically, y'all. I just told on myself those. Anyway, moving on. So there were some posts I put up. I want to say a couple years ago when I was like active on Instagram. I'm not consistent. I need to be consistent on my social media. I have Facebook and Instagram. They're still up and stuff, but they got some old stuff. But anyway, I took a lot of stuff down and I replaced them with new things. But there were some things I put out there, and one was I thirst for your thoughts. Another was cradle me with conversation, and another was seduce me with substance. Y'all, do I need to repeat? I'm telling you, seduce me with substance. Y'all, the morning. The morning. The morning. Okay, so seduce me with substance, cradle me with conversation. So I thirst for your thoughts. Yes, men. A woman like myself thirst for your thoughts. When I ask you questions, I'm just trying to get to know you better. I'm trying to see where we are and if we can sustain an emotional and mental connection. And when I feel like we're not there, either we started there and we're not there anymore, I get it. You're not interested for whatever reason. Sometimes there are clues, there aren't, whatever. It doesn't matter. For me, I need a emotional, mental, philosophical connection. And let me tell you, everything else will fall in place. This is what it is. And I like I said, I think my parents, my grandparents, they showed me communication is key. Now, how you express that communication, everybody's different, right? Everyone is different. I know people talk about the 5 love languages and all that stuff. Look, I did that test. Let me tell y'all. It said physical, what was it? Flirting, physical touch. something like that. I gotta look it up. I'm freaking out now. But it said something about physical touch or flirting, and then the other was quality time. Y'all, for me, quality time. When I say I need attention, I need some quality time. I need your quality time. I need your attention. I need us to be engaged. And I guess and sometimes I guess I don't express that way. I guess when some people hear attention, maybe they think I mean like physical. No. You know what I'm saying? Like when people talk about being on your cell phones, while someone's trying to talk to you, you're not paying attention, you're not being engaged or stuff like that. I'm one of those people. Um, but again, for me, phone calls go a long way. For me, long stroll, long strolls in the park, uh, they go a long way. Stuff like that. I think my camera's acting crazy. But again, everyone's different. I did get responses from different folks about um what was one? Some people said combination thereof. Without it, there's no balance. Some folks mentioned, like I said, what was it? One guy said, hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Looking it up. Yeah, most people said combination of. Another guy, said, what? Find it, Elora. Mental, physical, spiritual. Okay, so people, he mentioned loves a smart woman, physical, likes aggressive women, and spiritually, someone that will pray for him. Uh, Another person, was she right? She wrote, oh, hold on, I'm trying to find the stuff. I should have had it pulled up already. Excuse me. So they said depending on the happenstance, they need a combination of all, because they get bored and distracted easily. You know what I'm saying? So that all depends, right? It's all, everybody has their own thing. Just for me, I prefer those top three that I mentioned before. Hold on, I'll share one more with y'all. Uh, if I can find, hurry up. Okay, so this experience, no, that's not it. Prefer a combination of. If you really like a human's makeup, you will be off balance without one of these. Now the percentage of need might differ, by the combination is definitely needed. Just being raised by such a loving mother emotionally is high on my list. Spiritually is next, as God and my faith are just so amazing. Mental is third and physical is fourth. I love when I can have an educated conversation about various topics and I can always use a hug. See, everybody's different, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, those are my answers. You know, it also goes into personalities and what we desire most, and like I said, what keeps us engaged with other people. So, again, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your concerns. And yes, did I feel about this? Was I like? Oh, I forgot to answer number 6. Was I like this before the quarantine or after? Before. Before. Like I said, I'm pretty much the same across the board. You know, intimate relationships is what I mean. So, but yeah, I just really appreciate this interaction. It's been eye opening. I'm learning more about myself more than and I just really appreciate that. So anyway, and like I said, share this with other people. Get to know yourselves better and reflect on who you are and in what areas can we improve ourselves and expand and all that good stuff. So anyway, those are numbers 5 and 6. Got 2 videos for 5 and 6, y'all. Shoot. Whew, I got to eat. I'm hungry. and then and then tomorrow will be, I don't know, what's number 7? Let me look now before I let y'all go. Number 7. Okay. Boom. Okay, so 7 is gonna be by itself. Number 8 will be by itself. Okay. Look forward to seeing y'all soon. Happiness, joy, love, prosperity, love, light, all things, abundance, all things that God has given to us freely. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Ciao for now.